Hey cats, what's happening? You know it's dark already. Here it's like 6:30 or something like that, and yeah, it's pitch black out there already. So, yeah, kind of weird. It's like just like a week or two ago, it seems like it was staying daylight till like 9 o'clock or whatever. Kind of nice to have this shop to work in. We had this old entertainment center in one of the bedrooms that used to be the kids. It had the TV, it had a VCR and a DVD player and an old satellite receiver. Stuff that hasn't been used in like 15 years, so we're getting rid of it. And I'm trying to, this thing was falling apart, so I'm just gluing the pieces up. It was this old cheap particle board. I'll put it back together, and then I don't know if we'll donate it or see if somebody wants it, but the TV, the VCR, the DVD player, it's all up for grabs. We just want to get rid of it. Anyway, I was thinking today, about being vulnerable to thievery or being robbed. That came to mind because we have this app on our phones, and I'm sure it's available to everybody. It's called the Nextdoor app, and you can download that and get it on your phone, and it kind of allows everyone in the community to get on there, and they can either ask questions, they can sell stuff, or they can post things that they find out. And recently the local law enforcement posted a notice on there that said there's been a rash of robberies in our general area, some of the surrounding villages and towns around here. And they're saying that these are young thieves that are coming in and that they're armed and dangerous. And they said if you did confront them, back off, don't try to, do anything because you might get shot. So, wow, how does that make us feel in the community? Knowing that we have to like be fearful of thieves coming in and taking everything we have. Yeah, what are they doing? They're taking anything that isn't tied down. So they're looking for people that leave their garage doors open. I see a lot of that. They're taking stuff like four-wheelers, motorcycles, vehicles that people leave keys in. Do you ever leave your keys in your car? I mean, our cars are usually locked up. Anyway, we're taking most every security measure that we possibly can around here. And we live far enough off the grid that, I think somebody would be pretty hard pressed to try to come back here and bother us. But nonetheless, it could happen. So, what do you do when you get robbed? I'm sure a lot of you guys have stories of getting robbed. Maybe you don't. But it's got to be a very violating thing. And if you were robbed, let's say you came home, or maybe you were home, and you find there's thieves breaking into your house. What do you do? Are you ready for that moment? Are you armed? Would you shoot them? I always wonder in my head, what would I do? Would I fire a warning shot in the air, or would I, take a pot shot at them and try to shoot their knee out or something? I don't know. And then would I be held, responsible for that and end up going to jail? It seems like it's hit or miss nowadays. I don't know. I always wonder, though, what would you do? Well, like I said, we've taken all kinds of security measures here, and I would never go on here and tell you guys about all the security measures we have here. I would never go online and tell you about, weapons that I may or may not have. I think it's foolish to do that because when you start putting yourself out there, you're letting people know exactly what you have, and they can circumvent that or perhaps be prepared to face whatever you have. And it's just not good to divulge that information. I see people putting online, pictures of they go out and buy a gun, and then they put a picture of it on there and say, hey, look what I got, and blah, 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 blah. Well, don't put that stuff on there for everybody to see. That's your personal security, and you need to keep it that way. The only experience that I really ever had goes back to when I was going through my divorce. And you can call it whatever you want. To me, it was a violation, but I was at work all day. And what I had done was, things weren't going very good between my ex and I. In fact, they were going terrible. And there was a lot of evil stuff going on behind my back. I came home from work and I had all my personal items locked up out in my shed. And I came home and they had torn the doors off of the shed and taken everything. I mean, they had a file cabinet out there with my personal files, my banking stuff, even my Social Security stuff, everything. And she took all of that and left me with nothing. And I was just like beside myself. I called the sheriff, and of course they showed up, but they were reluctant to do anything. They said, "Oh, that's a domestic problem, you know. We're not going to get in the middle of that." I said, "But my personal items were taken. My personal items, not like a chair or something, but things that were whatever." I eventually got them back, but it was no picnic. Anyway. My wife's got a story. She was robbed, I think it was back in the 80s. Let's go find her. We'll go in the house, see if we can find her, and see if we can get her to tell her story. There she is. Hey, my love.
Hey, how are you beautiful people? Good to see you again.
Hey, we were talking out there. Don't you have a story about when your house got robbed, didn't you?
Oh, in my previous marriage, yeah. I was at work, got a call. My husband, or my ex-husband at the time, said, "Get your ass home. We've been robbed."
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, to backtrack a little bit, we had new windows put in our house, and I was busy cooking in the kitchen, baking cookies with my two little kids, and the man came to measure, supposedly, for the windows. So dummy me lets him go through the house and measure, do your thing, thinking everybody's honest. Well, then a few weeks later, somebody kicked in our back door, gave our German Shepherd some food and locked her in the utility room,
Jeez.
ransacked our bedroom. Ours was the worst. They went through the kids' rooms too, but the master bedroom was the worst. My ex-husband was an avid gun collector, and he had one of those boxes where you put your ammo. It was filled with ammo. They took that. So...
Well, they must have known ahead of time that there was a dog in the house for them to bring treats.
Well, sure, when that guy came to measure, he went all through the house, and I was clueless because I'm watching a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. We're making cookies.
And he was going through there planning the whole thing out so he could come back later. Boy, so what all did they steal?
Oh, they took cash, they took jewelry, they took the whole box of ammunition, which the cops were not too happy about. You name it, they just ransacked everything. They ripped everything, just like you see in the movies, ripped out of the drawers and the drawers askew. It was the most violating feeling ever.
I was going to ask, how did you feel after?
It was horrible. I was afraid to go to sleep. I was afraid to be there alone. So we went and got ADT security system installed.
Wow. Yeah, after that you wouldn't trust anybody coming to the door, would you?
No, not at all. Or anybody in your home.
Yeah.
You know, it makes you very cautious. You know, here, I don't answer the door unless I know you're coming.
Yeah. Well, we take every security measure that we can here. That's for sure. And hopefully everyone stays safe and that doesn't happen. But these days you never know.
Exactly.
You never know.
We never expected that at all.
No.
And afterwards, hindsight being 2020, when the police came out, they told me, "Ma'am, you don't have to let anybody in your house to measure for windows. He could have done that outside." So that was another clue
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
another
He
good
was up
point.
to no good.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I know you told me that story a long time ago, but wow. It just makes me cringe to think about it.
Somebody going through your drawers, your underwear, your clothes, and it's strewn all over the place. It's so violating.
Yeah, yeah. I bet. Whoo-wee. Well, there's our story for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're taking precautions these days to make sure that you guys are secure too. If you like our video, give us a thumbs up, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. Get yourself subscribed. Come on. Hit that button. It's not that hard. It doesn't cost a thing. Till next time, we will catch y'all later.
Bye.